Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
I've been looking around for salvation. I've been looking around.
Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
All around me I see frustration. I've been looking around for salvation. I've been looking around.
Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
All around me I see frustration. Don't worry. I've been looking around for salvation. You should know. I've been looking around.
Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
Alrighty. I think we fixed it. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. I had a feral extra video going, and that's why we had so much feedback. Alright, we're back and up and running, and that obviously will be taken out of the video that I put on Loving Life TV. I do apologize for that, and without any further ado, before I just get my guest on, just let me confirm that I am going to be taking a couple of weeks off from about early next week, and there won't be any live streams during that period, and there won't be any videos being put up in that period. I'm just taking a complete break. But I know that Nat and Marius will be putting up bits and pieces on the forum, so please do go and check out the forum over the next couple of weeks. There's some amazing stuff that goes up there. And yeah, let's get the show on the road, shall we? And once again, apologies for that very, very weird start. And our guest tonight is Dewald Malan, and we're going to be talking about prepping and dried foods and vegetables and so on. Here we go. Hi, Dewald. How are you?
I'm great and so.
Excellent, thank you. Excellent. Now, Dewald, you know, when we spoke a few minutes ago, the first thing that struck me when I saw you was how young you look. You look like a teenager.
Luckily not. I'm 30.
You're 30?
31.
Okay, well, you've aged well. Now, you've got a very innovative product called Kalahari Son that we're going to be finding out about today. Just to kick off, what inspired you to start this product? And I believe you were actually outside South Africa, and you had the inspiration to come back to South Africa to set up Kalahari Son. Tell us the story.
Yes. So firstly, I started having dreams regarding South Africa and stuff that would happen here. And my initial thought was to get out of the country. So I packed up and we left the country, and I tried getting my family that side. And then my dream started showing me that it was a mistake to leave South Africa. There's a reason why I should be here. And so I listened and I came back, and I knew I had to start my own company. And I actually studied pharmacology, and I wanted to open a pharmacy, and I had a dream about not doing that. And that's where Kalahari Son comes in. You know, I had a dream of what we should do, and when I discussed this idea with my mom, she said she thinks it will work. So yeah, we don't call it our own company. We call it God's company. Everything was planned by him. Even you'll see on our logo, one of the verses given is Lucas 17.
Yes,
and that has helped us so much. Learning and being able to forgive people in businesses, and it's one of our mottos.
Right. Okay, now tell me a bit about your business. Do you actually grow the fruits and grow the vegetables, or do you actually get them delivered to your place and then go through the process?
Okay, so we are on a farm. We are in the process of starting a food network here. So we have local farmers involved, which grow vegetables for us. And then we also have organizations that's involved. So for instance, the Monique and the Boera, they are like an organization, and they have a soup kitchen, and they really help the poor people in South Africa. And so what they do is they advertise for us, and they get commission on their advertisements for them to be able to do the work they are currently doing. They help a lot of people.
Right. And so just to be clear, there are farmers in the area that you're in who actually deliver their product to you, and then you process it on your farm.
Yes, that's correct. And we also do, obviously, there's certain vegetables that farmers don't grow, or they don't have enough stock, and we need to buy that from the market.
Right. Well, what sort of vegetables and fruit do you process?
We do a wide variety, from carrots to butternut to mixed peppers, green peppers, avocado, cabbage, beetroot, Then we do fruits as well. We do banana, mango, seasonal fruit, obviously. So we do pears as well. And currently, mango is just doing very well.
Mango?
Yeah, and then we also have a protein line where we do beef strips, chicken strips, beef mince.
It's like
and
biltong,
we also do Kalahari. No, definitely not.
So how is it different to biltong?
Okay, so biltong goes through a completely different process. It's not cooked, and you use vinegar as a base for the meat not to go bad. Where overseas I saw technology of UV. So how we process our meat is it gets steamed until, well, let's say 85% cooked, and then it goes into a dehydrator for a 24-hour cycle. After the 24-hour cycle has been completed, it goes into a UV rack. So that is LED lights projecting UV light on the meat to ensure that no bacteria can grow on the meat.
Wow.
And yeah, that's how we ensure that our meat can stay fresh for 10 years. Dehydrated meat.
Well, you know how the Griqua used to make biltong, and this is a true story. The Griqua, I'm talking about back in the 1800s when they were living out in the bush, places like Griquatown and Hardcastle, just north of the Orange River. And what they used to do is they used to put a blanket over their horse, and they would get strips of meat, little strips of meat, and tie them with string, so you had one strip on either side, and literally put those under the blanket on the horse's body, and they used to ride. And
Goodness.
after a couple of days, the sweat from the horse, the salt from the horse, would actually cure the meat. That's how they made biltong. That's how the Griquas made their biltong. It's quite extraordinary, but it's a true story.
Yeah. Quite an interesting story you've got.
So there are many ways to skin a cat.
Not how we do it.
Yeah. Now look, this is fascinating. So, avocados, mangoes,
Yes.
chicken, all these different things that you dry, and then once they've been dried, they can last for a long time, can't they?
Yes, we have two options. Our food is available in a 12-month shelf-steady packaging or 10 years. So the 10-year packaging is BPA free, so the plastic can last very long. As well, it's heat resistant, so it helps to protect the product against any heat, and that's why we can give it a 10-year shelf-steady life. Our 12-month products, that is just normal sealants, and we can do 20 years shelf-steady food for clients that request that as well.
Wow. So, look, we've got a bunch of preppers on Loving Life TV. And what you're talking about here is the perfect product to prep with, because it's not only going to last a long time, but it's healthy. It's got vitamins. And tell us about the issue with, if you think of a fresh avocado, you know that it's got all these different vitamins and good stuff in it. Does it retain that when you actually dry it out and package it for the 10-year package? Are you still going to get nearly the same amount of vitamins and goodness out of a dried product than you would out of something that you just pick off a tree?
Definitely. I'm going to start off by, let's discuss a few methods that's currently available to preserve food. So the most expensive one is freeze-dried, which makes it it's just too expensive for anybody to be able to afford it in a quantity amounts. So that was an option that we looked at, but it was one that we decided not to do. Then you get normal dehydration that gets done through ovens. The problem with that is your nutrients Yeah, you definitely lose nutrients when you do dehydrated ovens, where if you do sun-dried, you don't lose your nutrients. The color is still remarkable, the taste is impeccable, and you have a great product. It's just you need to find the balance because each vegetable is different. They need different shape, they need different airflow. So we have specific build tables for each product.
Wow. So it's a Kalahari
And that's
Son. It's a Kalahari Son that actually is the product or the catalyst
Definitely.
for your food.
Yeah, definitely the Kalahari Sun, because our humidity levels are very low here.
Yeah.
That helps to keep the food fresh and have it dried within 2 days.
Brilliant. And you're near Kakamas, aren't you?
Yes, we are based in Kakamas, but we courier nationwide.
Yeah. Now, how much food per day do you produce?
It depends on orders. Sometimes up to 1,200 kilograms per week.
Wow. Wow. That's
It's
huge.
a lot of processing. Let's take spinach. It takes 22 kilograms of spinach to dry to have 1 kilo dried.
I was about to ask that because a lot of the actual weight in food is the water content. So you take that out and you've only got a small percentage of the weight.
Yeah, so for preppers, it's ideal because the amount of space it takes up in your cupboard for the quantity that you do have, it's significant.
Yeah. Now, just on that point, if I had, let's say, a kilo of avocado, okay, a dried avocado, when I add water to that to actually, make it ready for eating, it dramatically increases the actual size of the food.
In volume,
Yeah, the volume.
yes.
Well, what's the
It
percentage
was
increase?
Well, that is between 85 and 95%.
So a kilo would come up to about 2 kilos.
Well, no. A kilo would actually take you so far as 19 kilos.
Wow.
Yes.
And that would be just
Uh-huh.
like eating avocado paste then. 19 kilos of avocado
Well,
paste.
So what we do with the avocado, we make avocado powder.
Yeah.
So it's a light green powder. You can still make your chocolate mousses with it, and you can put it with your beef mince to ensure that your family does get omega-3 and 6 oils, which is essential.
Yeah. Okay. So, although it's expensive to buy when it comes to the weight because it's dried, when you actually use it and eat it, it basically becomes quite affordable because of the manner in which it just it's 19 times the weight of the dried product. That's incredible.
You always have more than what you think.
Yeah. Wow. So, do people buy like 200 grams of avocado or 200 grams of carrot or 200 grams of chicken? What sort of amounts do people normally buy?
Okay, so our packages are 500 grams, 250 grams, and 100 grams. So basically, most clients, they try to have a variety of pack sizes. But 500 gram is obviously more affordable because it's a bigger size. So most clients go for the 250 gram to 500 gram packs, and they would order up to 4 to 6 kilograms of a product, depending what it is. If it's something like spinach, they won't most probably order more than a kilogram of that at an order, because that's already close to 19 kilograms of spinach.
Wow. So that 19 times the size when you actually consume it, is that the same with every product, or are some, like, let's say, carrots only 15 times? How does it work?
Well, yeah, each product is different. Carrots are about 12 kilograms. yeah, so that's why actually we have a brochure where everything is explained to clients exactly what they get for their money's value.
Do you have a PDF?
Yes, we do have a PDF.
Well, please, can you send that to me, and we'll get it put on the forum, because I think that'll be a very useful thing to have. Okay, so so obviously sun-dried products are going to be a lot more expensive than the same weight of a fresh product that you pick up in a Woolies or a Pick and Pay or whatever. Give us an idea. Let's say I was going to buy 100 grams of carrot. How much would that cost?
Okay, well, let's actually go to the PDF document.
Yeah.
Then I can give perfect examples.
Can you share that with me on the screen?
Let me quickly see if I'm able
right
to
at the
do
bottom,
that.
the bottom right. There's a share screen button, and then
Let me just.
you just pick up the PDF in there, and it'll share it with me.
Okay, let me just open the PDF. Okay, share screen. Let's do that.
All right, guys. I hope you're enjoying this discussion, and I hope everybody here is prepping, because we're living in very, very disturbing times, and it's very important that you do prep. Okay, I've got something coming up now. Okay, now I've just got a grey screen.
Okay, let's do that.
There you go. There, we got it. Okay.
I'm actually gonna open the PowerPoint. I think that will be easier to start the clients.
Okay, now I've got the Skype screen on again. Okay.
It will be over in a bit.
There we go. That looks more like it. Okay.
Okay, so this is our email address.
Yeah. Can you just make that full screen? There you go.
Yes.
That's better. Okay. All right. Yeah. Over to you.
Okay, so yeah, this is how clients can contact us, dewald@kalaharison.co.za, or my contact number. I'm going to take you through our brochure now.
Yeah, cool. Look, I had a question here from Marius. He says, which specific verse do you refer to in Luke 17?
Well, not just to a specific verse. I wondered about that, but it's the entire Lucas 17. It's an educational base which I feel people should go through. Once you understand the entire Lucas 17, your life changes. You start to accept people with their own faults and be able to forgive them as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's quickly say next. Okay, so here we explain to clients, of the processing of 1 kilogram of apples, only 700 grams remains, because obviously the skin needs to be taken off, the apple needs to be corked. Although when you purchase apples, you need to buy 1 kg. And then we just explain to them the 10-year product shelf life and the 12-month shelf steady food. So I'm going to go ahead with that. So here we can see this is the vegetable conversion and ratio. So for instance, butternut, it takes 14 kilos of fresh produce to produce 1 kilogram dried. Carrots, 17 kilograms for 1 kg.
Wow. And peas only 8 kilos in comparison.
Yes.
Now, onion. I've never thought of onion as being a product that you could prep. That's fascinating.
Yeah, it's amazing in food. It's always a great base to start a meal off with. And obviously we also do cauliflower and broccoli.
Now, how do
That
you do
just looks
cauliflower?
amazing.
Because cauliflower's got that, like those little clumps that make up its texture. So it's just powdered, is it?
Yes. No, we don't use any preservatives at all.
Right. But when you say 15 kilos of cauliflower goes down to just 1 kilo of dried produce, that's a powder. It's like cauliflower powder.
We actually have a chef that does the cutting of the vegetables to ensure that it's cut in a way for consumers to be able to use in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. So not everything is powdered. It will specifically say if it's something that's powdered.
Okay.
Even our spinach is cut into nice small pieces. Just ready for clients to use. You understand?
Yeah.
The broccoli and the cauliflower, they do have stems, but those stems are basically cut off.
Okay. So there's quite a lot of work in
Just
actually prepping the food.
It's a lot of work. It's processing the vegetable. Well, first it's cleaning them, processing them.
Yeah.
Then they need to go into their own unique ways of getting them ready for the tables. And each vegetable needs a different amount of shade.
Right. Okay.
For instance, let's look at green beans. It's very heat sensitive as well as UV sensitive. So if it just gets a bit more heat than it actually goes white.
Right.
But we have found the perfect balance of keeping our vegetables as fresh as they could be sun-dried. So
Okay.
our green beans are actually green.
So now just to be clear here, let's look at onions. You say you sometimes produce up to 1,200 kilos in a week. What we're that's about a ton of dried produce. Now, what we're saying, if we go back to the previous screen, you actually, for every kilo of onions that you produce, you need 12 kilos. So for that, let's say you're doing 1,000 kilos of onion, that would mean that you have to produce or have to get 12,000 kilos of onion to produce 1,000 kilos of dried onion.
Yeah, that's why sun-dried products, dehydrated products as well, are a lot more expensive, because the physical labor that goes into the product is really, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Those vegetables needs to be carried to tables where it's laid and packed perfectly on a table to dry. It needs to be taken off again. It needs to go for packaging, quality check. It needs to be vacuum sealed. It needs to go for labeling, and then it's only ready to be sent off.
Right. Okay. Let's keep on going with your PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, so for carrots, you asked about the price for carrots. So carrots for 100 gram, it's about 60 rand, and the 12 months supply is 48 rand. So if we look at carrots, 100 gram would give us 1.7 kilogram.
Wow.
So
that's
rand for
that's just over 3 ounces of dried produce will give you 1.2 kilos of food that you can eat. Wow. Okay.
Actually, 1.7.
1.7 kilos. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's on the carrots. So we can go to the next slide. So we have more exciting stuff. We have green peppers, mixed peppers, beetroot, cabbage, cauliflower, tomato. Tomato is more healthier than sun-dried tomatoes are more healthier than normal tomatoes.
Why is that?
Because sun-dried, they absorb vitamin C.
Oh, right. Okay. And that it never loses that, even if you keep it for 10 years.
Yes.
Wow.
because we vacuum seal them.
Okay.
So we ensure there is no air in our bags.
Right. Okay, so they're your prices.
Yeah, that's the prices for that.
Okay. Look, we're going to
That's the
put
fruit conversions.
we're going to put this PDF on our forum on Loving Life TV, so that people can always refer to it. How often do your prices go up, just as a matter of interest, or have they been impacted by what's been going on in South Africa?
It definitely has an impact, especially with load shedding. Our protein line, you can't stop a cycle when you're busy dehydrating, because first of all, the quality of your product can go down, your food can start to rot. So we can't afford not to have power. So we have to have generators that are able to run the entire time. And that does have an impact on production cost.
Sure. Yeah.
But we
Price of
haven't
diesel.
had a price increase, that as well,
Yeah.
since December.
Okay, so same thing there. 10 kilos of pineapple gives you 1 kilo of dried produce. I used to love those little dried pineapple pieces. They had them. I think they made them sugary, and they were just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, there are options to make them a bit more sweet or to sugar, but we like to keep our products quite natural.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's keep on going.
So here's the sun-dried fruit.
Yeah.
And the prices. Okay, then we have the protein conversions. So we do egg powder, we do cheese powder, we have beef strips, chicken strips, and beef mince.
Now, okay, with egg, you think of egg being a product that you can't actually keep for a long period of time. You're saying that the dried egg product you could keep for up to 10 years.
Yes. You see, the thing that helps us, Scott, is the sun.
Yeah.
The UV rays, it sterilizes the food.
Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, let's keep going.
Yes, the protein prices. So you will see that the beef strips, chicken strips, and beef mince is not available in 12-month packaging.
Okay, I've still got the product.
To be vacuum.
I haven't got the prices.
Okay, perhaps it will update in a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I've still got egg 6 kilos dried, 1 kilo on my screen.
Okay, hopefully it switches over shortly, because I'm viewing the dehydrated protein price list currently.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so 500 grams.
In the photo.
500 grams of egg powder is 336 rand.
Yes.
That seems really reasonable, because that would then, once you actually add water to it, it comes out to about 5 kilos, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Wow.
So that's what we tell clients. It looks expensive, but once you understand how much weight is lost, and when you put that water back into the product, you gain your weight back.
Now, okay, there's something here that just seems too cheap, and that's the egg powder. Because once let's take the 100 grams, that's 9. It's about $9 Australian. That works out at about a kilo. So that's about, even on the rand side, it's about 90 cents per 100 grams once you've actually got it ready for eating.
Yes.
That's damn cheap. And it's even less over 12
we
months.
also have, you see, because we actually people that produce us with free-range eggs, So we do get it cheaper than in the shops.
It's a no-brainer to get the
So
eggs, that's
that-
for sure.
Yeah, so we definitely try our best to keep cost as low as
Yeah.
possible. If there's farmers that can use in our area, we do use them.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's keep going.
Then we have dessert conversions. So we have condensed milk powder.
Okay. Now,
We
someone's
have
asked, Henry's
milk-
asked, do you use any sulfur?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay, so now we got
No,
condensed
we
milk.
use no preservatives.
Wow. Is there anything you don't dry? I'm serious.
Yeah. When I decide to do something, I do it proper.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Wow. So you
So
do.
we have milk powder, then we have marshmallows that's dehydrated.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Then we have cinnamon apple chips, cinnamon butternut chips.
Okay.
So yeah, prices.
Petruza says, what does one then do with the powder product to make it edible?
Okay, so for it to be edible, you just add water, and
Okay.
we give the instructions to clients.
So that's the only thing you have to do, and then bang, you've got your milk or your condensed milk or your cinnamon apple.
Yes. Yes. Let's go quickly to the next one. Just waiting.
Mario says marshmallows. Wow. Okay, so there are prices
You
for.
know, they are so hard and crunchy.
Yeah.
If you give it like one bite, it just melts in your mouth.
Oh wow. Now, once again, powdered condensed milk. 55 rand for. Can we just go back one page?
Definitely.
Yeah, 55 rand for 100 grams. So once you add the water to that, you've got a kilo of condensed milk for 55 rand. That's damn cheap.
And I mean, in the shop, it's about 42 rand. So
So-
you really do try.
Yeah, so
Alex.
so for the 12-month product, you're about the same price as the product in the shop. That's amazing. Now, do you deliver all over the
Then-
country, Dewald?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And of course, because it's
Then
light,
recently-
it's not going to be expensive to deliver.
No, we have a account with courier guys, so
Yeah.
we work on their fees.
Okay. Can you get rid of that little window that's come up? It says next, the one that you're working on now, because it's right in front of the price list. There you go. That's better.
Definitely.
Okay, that's better. Okay. Wow. So, Marius, you can get a kilo of marshmallow for 100 rand once you actually revitalize the product with water. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing. When it comes to the dessert, it's actually enjoyed exactly in that way. You don't add water to it.
Oh, so you just have it dried?
Yes, the marshmallows you eat dried.
Okay.
They are delicious.
And do they expand
And the
once you
cinnamon-
start eating them because of the moisture?
No, they are completely dried. It's
Okay.
actually a new product.
Okay, wow. This is amazing.
And then Kalahari Son also does herbs.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is quite new to us. Let's just go to that one. Oops.
I think you're going to be getting
So
quite a
yes,
few
from
orders from this.
Well, we are busy,
Yeah.
but we always expand if we get more orders.
Okay, now these are the herbs.
Yes.
So,
So we do rosemary,
these are
ginger, cinnamon.
these are put in little capsules, are they? Like a pill?
Definitely.
Okay. Now turmeric is incredibly good for people.
Yeah, definitely for inflammation.
Yeah.
And antioxidant. Yeah.
Wow. Now, how do those prices compare to the ones you'd get in a pharmacy?
Okay, so if we look at pharmacies, our prices are obviously under their prices. I think when it comes to doing something in a big production, your prices will be able to even be better.
Yeah.
But because we are a smaller company doing it, it is difficult to get your prices on something like medicine cheaper. But the goal with this is, you see, Kalahari Son has a long-term goal where we actually want to have our own food supply to the communities of South Africa.
Yeah. Now, Marlena has asked, why
Um,
would you want to encapsulate cream of tartar?
Because there's actually a lot of benefits to it.
Tell us.
Okay, so one of the first things is that it relieves constipation.
Yeah, but I mean, I think
and-
what she's saying is, why does it come in a capsule? Why not just in a bag?
Well, for some people, it's just easier consuming it through a capsule.
Right.
And it's another way of preserving it because you don't want it to actually get moisture in it.
Okay.
And then another thing is, if people try to actually quit bad habits like smoking, cream of tartar is great use for that, and it also lowers the blood pressure.
Now, charcoal. I mean, seriously? You've got dried charcoal.
It's a very
That's crazy.
yeah, it's a very how can I put it? People in South Africa actually use it for a few things.
Yeah.
When you get back water in, it's something that you can use to actually extract antibodies that you don't want in your system, as well as if one of your animals have been poisoned, it's a way of getting that poison out.
Okay.
And then it's great for digestion as well, and hangovers.
Now, Marius has said, does Dewald have an agent over South Africa or some chain stores stocking your products?
We do not have shops stocking our products as yet. We do have sale reps that market the product and sell it and earns a commission-based salary in that way. Then we are part of organizations like the Monique and the Boera Soup Kitchen project. And then also most listeners will be familiar with Suidlanders.
Yes.
We also give their clients a discounted price. So people that belong to Suidlanders will obviously be able to get our products at a bit of a cheaper rate.
How do they do that? Let's say we've got people here listening who are members of Suidlanders. How do they get those cheaper rates?
They send us their member number.
Okay.
And we just verify the member number, and then we can give the discount.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we are affiliated with them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually have Suidlanders on Loving Life quite often on live streams. Yeah, I know Simon Roche and Wynand de Toy.
Wynand, he's quite a great guy.
Oh, he's a character, yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the next one.
Let's quickly go to the next one. Okay, so this is just our fresh product promise that it will obviously always be local, fresh, and hopefully delicious.
Yeah. Look, I think you've got a fantastic little niche market here. I think this is amazing. If I had a little spaza shop somewhere in Gauteng, I would be stocking your stuff for sure. Now, you mentioned you've got resellers and stuff like that. People who sell your product and earn a commission. If there are
Yes.
people listening tonight who are interested in perhaps approaching local shops in their area and promoting your product, can they get onto some kind of a commission by doing that?
Definitely. We try to help organizations in that kind of way. Where they actually have a few people, 1,000 people in their groups, and they are able to advertise, and in that way they do get 10% commission.
Wow. Now, look, I'm thinking. I see Marlene's here. Marlene, I'm thinking that Michelle Mullard would find this absolutely right down her street, because she's very much into health and vitamins, and I think she's got a shopping cart. She could actually sell Dewald's product there.
It's definitely something that's starting to boom.
Yeah.
We get queries every day. My phone is always busy.
Mm. Okay, let's carry on. Next screen.
Okay, so this is the end of our price list.
Okay.
So yeah, that's finished. Just drag you back here on the screen.
Okay, so that's the end of the slideshow. Yeah, look, if you can send me that, just leave that screen up for a moment so people can take down your phone number, etc. Now,
Okay.
you don't have a website, do you?
We have reserved the website. We are just waiting for our shareholders and directors to give their input so we can get it finalized.
Now, I've had at least one person in the side chat say, how can they actually buy into your business?
Yeah, there is possibilities to that.
Okay. So they can just contact you on the phone?
Yeah, they can just pop me an email or
All right.
give me a call.
All right. Okay. Let's just get back to. Can we get you back on the screen again, Dewald?
Definitely.
So
Let me
just stop
quickly-
sharing and we'll have you back.
Okay, cool. Let me just quickly get this done. Stop sharing. There we go.
Yeah, just click confirm, stop sharing. There you go. That's it.
Yeah,
We got you back. All right. Now, okay, so apart from creating the dried products, you also support, I guess by way of supporting charities that provide food to the starving, which is a very, very noble thing indeed. Have you heard of, Marlene, what's the name of that product that that guy in Gauteng produces? He produces this thing which is also like it's got proteins and all sorts of stuff in it. It's dried, and it's incredibly cheap. I think it costs about 60 Rand for a full meal. And you know, you can actually... Have you heard of this stuff?
I have. It's kind of like a protein kind of bar.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, look, Marlene will know the name. I'll get the name to you in a second. But yeah, look, he's doing a very similar thing. He helps people who are starving, and yeah. Mochosicle, veggie meat.
Okay.
Yeah. But look, Marlene can put you in touch with the guy if you're interested.
I'll definitely speak to her.
Yeah, okay. No, all right. So what other services does Kalahari Son provide apart from just doing the dried foods?
Okay, so we do get families that's obviously concerned about food security, and they are interested in our 10-year shelf-steady products, or they request 20-year shelf-steady products. So what we do is we help them work out exactly how much food they will need for a certain amount of months. So most clients try to be prepared for up to 1 year at least.
Yeah. So they get dried foods that last them a year.
So we take into account children, old people, and we actually work out portion sizes for each of them, and we pack that into an order for the clients. So we are able to give a specialized service more than just taking orders.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you can help preppers who basically say, I've got 2 kids who are teenagers, my wife and myself, and we want a range of dried foods for 12 months, and you'll then give them a quotation and bang, they've got it.
Yeah, it's very important. If you are a prepper, you do know that it doesn't have prepping stuff that's not going to empower your body to do what it needs to do during a difficult time. And for instance, a lot of people they prep soya. Soya is so bad for men. It lowers their testosterone level. So first of all, what I'm thinking is, are they going to have enough power to do what they need to do? You know?
Yeah, in fact, Marlena says here, Dewald will not be interested in the motorcycle stuff because his foods are totally on another level. He will not use soy, for instance. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Now, okay, let's say I've taken a delivery of dried foods from you. What is the best place to actually store it so that it doesn't get damaged, or you know, what's your advice to people when it comes to storing it?
A cool and dry place.
Okay, so heat and moisture are the 2 worst things.
Definitely. That's why on the 10-year shelf-steady food, we actually use bags that are heat resistant.
Right.
To help combat that. But if you think of living in the Kalahari where we do, it's hot. So you want to ensure that your clients' food will be able to last that kind of time. So we do go the extra mile to ensure quality.
Right. Right. Well, you certainly got a fantastic range. I mean, even marshmallows.
Thanks.
Wow. that's pretty amazing. Now, look, I just want to say, Dewald, it's so lovely to see a young fella like you. Look, I'm an old fart, but to see a young fella like you, you know, putting his hand up and, you know, following what God has led you to and making a success of it. And I just want to say congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thanks, Scott. Really appreciate it.
And how many people do you have working for you?
Currently 8.
8. Okay. Gee, that's and you produce up to 1,200 kilos per week with 8 people.
Yeah.
That's a heavy workload. Wow.
The most difficult work is cutting the vegetables, cleaning them, and getting them prepared to be able to go to a table. Once you go and take them off, there's not a lot left. The amount of weight has shrunk so much that that's not really a lot of work. But getting the vegetables on the table, it takes a lot of manpower.
And how long do they dry on the tables for? I mean, is it days or is it weeks?
Well, each product is different. Avocado takes up to 5 days to completely dry to be able to make a powder of it. But something like carrots only takes 2 days, and spinach depends what season we are in. But if it's peak summer, 1 day and a half.
Wow. Okay. And what happens if it rains? I mean, isn't that kind of defeating the object? What do you do?
Well, we've thought of everything. So we actually have raincoats for all our tables.
Raincoats?
Yes. So we do check the weather. If
Right.
rain is coming up, you need to run. Those tables need to be covered
Yeah.
and sealed.
Look, I think it's wonderful that you use nature and you use the sun. Your inspiration in starting up the business. I mean, it's all sounds absolutely fabulous. And you've been going for about 2 years now, haven't you?
That's correct.
And how's the business expanding? Have you noticed that there are more and more people ordering your product?
Yes, we have definitely grown. When we started out, it was a big risk, but we just kept faith.
Right. Okay. And how much bigger can you get? Because obviously, if you're on a farm, you can just keep on putting out tables and more tables and more tables because you got the land.
Exactly. We also do have tables built that stacked on each other as well. That will be for the long term because as I mentioned, Kalahari Son is looking to actually become a food network for South Africa and not just for local orders.
Right. Okay.
And in that amount of space, we'll be able to dry about 150,000 of kilograms per week.
Wow, 150,000 kilos.
So our capacity to dry is we already have the capacity.
And you've got the natural
We always
sun
have
just
the market.
and you've got the natural sun doing the work for you. I mean, wow, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. All right. Dewald, is there anything else you'd like to share with us regarding your product?
No, I think I covered it quite fairly well. If there's questions that clients have, they can always give me a call or communicate with me via email. I do take time to communicate with clients because I do feel it's important.
Yeah. Look, I can see you're very hands-on and you're very dedicated to what you do, and that's great. All right, mate. Look, have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And
Thanks for having me, Scott.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that you're going to get people coming out the woodwork and saying, "Hey, we'd like to get some of your product." So just send me that PDF, and I'll get it over to Nat, and we can put it up on our forum for you.
Thanks, Scott. I'll really appreciate that, and have a blessed week to all the listeners as well.
And just one other thing is, if your prices do go up, perhaps you can just I'll put you directly in touch with Nat, so that you can just give her an updated PDF in the future, because we obviously don't want to have a situation where if your costs go up and you have to raise the price, that people are saying, "Oh, I thought it was this amount." Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely keep them posted.
All right, fantastic. All right, have a great evening, and take care.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Take care. Goodbye.
Cheers, mate. Bye for now. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this live stream now. Well, I found that really, really interesting. I mean, I believe in dried products, but isn't that amazing how they expand once you add water? I mean, 17 kilos from 1 kilo of dried product. That's extraordinary. Have a great evening, guys, and tomorrow night I'm going to be talking to Yusuf Ismail and to Adrian Gruer, who's our webmaster. We're going to be talking about pit bulls and a very concerning amount of information that's come up regarding the SPCA and what they're up to. But we'll be talking about that tomorrow night. And that will be my last live stream for a few weeks, so on tomorrow night. So please don't miss that. Have a great evening. And I'm going to go out with Hier Bly Ek Boer. And before I do, Thanks to all the moderators for the great work that you guys do, and have a great evening. Bye for now.
Meer as 61.000 van ons voorvaders het op die grens vir ons gesterwe, sodat ons vry kan wees. Die is my land, die is my reg, hier is ek boer. Van stof is ek gemaak en sal ek terugkeer. Die Bybel is die woord waaruit ek leer, soos die grond op die aarde. Hier bly ek boer. So diep in die nacht sal die vyand kom, maar hier bly ek staan en ek draai nie om, want jy maak my nie bang nie. Hier bly ek boer. Die is my land waarvoor ek sal veg. Die is my bloed, my sweet, my reg. Die is die plek waar my voorvaders leef. Die is my land, hoor wat ek jou sê. Die is my land, wat my mense voer. Hier bly ek boer. Soos bladam in die somer wat vreugde bring, my oupa wat maniekie kon sing, soos hy stap deur die lande. Hier was hy boer. My wortels lê diep in die grond geplant. Hy sien soos my pa, los ek vir jou die land, en jy hoef nie te vrees nie. Hier sal jy boer. My land waarvoor ek sal veg. Die is my bloed, my sweet, my reg. Die is die plek waar my voorvaders leef. Die is my land, hoor wat ek jou sê. Die is my land, wat my mense voer. Hier bly ek boer. Die sal kom, sal kom, die leeu 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 sal kom, die leeu